Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Cowboys roster. Tyler Smith says, "I'm the starting left guard of the Dallas Cowboys." The Dallas Cowboys have built a reputation for hitting home runs in the first round of the NFL draft regarding offensive linemen. Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, and Zach Martin are good examples. In 2022, the Cowboys decided to pick Tyler Smith at number 24, which left many fans scratching their heads. My oh my, how the tables can get turned. Since draft night, Smith has played 17 games at left tackle as a rookie and turned into an All-Pro, Pro Bowl player at left guard. As Tyron Smith leaves in free agency and Zach Martin on the back half of his career, Tyler is now an integral part of the offensive line moving into the future. With the Cowboys sitting at number 24 in this year's draft, many analysts think Dallas will dip into the offensive line pool again in the first round. With glaring holes at left tackle and potentially center, it's not hard to argue with everyone's thinking. Because of Smith's proven track record of playing at a high level at either position on the left side, Dallas can draft the best offensive lineman available in the first round. In February at the NFL Combine, Stephen Jones was asked about Smith's future and whether he could see him lining up at either guard or tackle. That remains to be seen. It's starting to feel like Larry Allen all over again. His versatility certainly brings options to the table in terms of how we look at this team moving forward. Head coach Mike McCarthy also discussed at the Combine where he envisions Smith lining up this season, and his answer was left guard. Throughout the draft process, many people have given their opinions on where Smith should play, except for the player himself, until now. While appearing on the 8th Round podcast with Cowboys center Brock Hoffman, Smith was asked a fan question about his preferred position and where he would like to play in 2024. Hoffman prefaced before asking the question that he knew Smith would be willing to play anywhere the team needed to on the offensive line, and the All-Pro echoed his comments. Listening to Smith's answer, he mentioned how continuity is important to him, which makes sense. When a young player is developing their professional career, having consistency in where they line up helps. Keeping Smith at left guard should be the answer when you look at the numbers. According to Pro Football Focus, for all guards who played at least 50% of the snaps, Smith was the 9th best guard on offense, the 6th best graded run blocker, and had a pass blocking efficiency of 98.6, second best only behind Brandon Scherf. Duke Manyweather of OL Masterminds, who helps train Smith in the offseason, voiced his opinion on where he should play and how dominant the Pro Bowl player was this season on the left side. How the draft falls for Dallas in the first round could dictate Smith's future on the offensive line. If the team decides to keep him at guard or move to tackle, it's probably the last time the team moves him outside of injury to others. For now, Smith is the starting left guard of the Dallas Cowboys. Fast forward a month from now, who knows if it'll be the same way. Cowboys predicted to land former 3-7 TD QB, aggressive passer. The Dallas Cowboys could be an ideal landing for an aggressive passer at quarterback. As projected by CBS Sports' Chris Trapasso in his 7-round mock draft, the Cowboys are predicted to select Tulane University's Michael Pratt with the 87th overall pick in the 3rd round. What Michael Pratt could bring to the Cowboys. Pratt is a 22-year-old who spent all 4 years with the Green Wave, having a highly prolific career as a dual-threat quarterback. The 6'3" quarterback threw for 27 touchdown passes in addition to 10 rushing touchdowns during the 2022 season alone. During his collegiate career, Pratt racked up 90 touchdown passes to go along with 28 rushing touchdowns. While Pratt isn't an overly fast quarterback, he chose not to run the 40-yard dash at the NFL Combine. He can finish runs, as evidenced by his knack for getting into the end zone through rushing the football. As Bleacher Report's Derek Clausen describes in his scouting report of Pratt, he is an aggressive passer, who has the ability to finish off runs as a red zone threat or short yardage runner. That mentality extends to Pratt's risk tolerance, writes Clausen. He is an aggressive passer. Pratt always looks for angles to throw down the field if the pre-snap look from the defense allows for it. Pratt is a somewhat functional athlete as well. He isn't quick or fast, but there is a degree of power and balance to Pratt's game that serves him well as a designed runner in short yardage situations or in the red zone. Michael Pratt compared to current Cowboys QB Cooper Rush. While Trapasso projects Pratt to be selected in the 3rd round, Clausen predicts the Tulane alum to be picked in the 5th round as a high-level developmental prospect. He also compares Pratt to longtime Cowboys backup quarterback Cooper Rush. Rush landed with the Cowboys as an undrafted free agent in 2017 out of Central Michigan, a non-Power 5 school, similar to Tulane, and has been with the team ever since as a backup. Rush has started 6 games in his career, going 5-1 in the process. As Maurice Modone of Bleacher Report writes in his own scouting report of Pratt, he compensates for his lack of elite arm strength with catchable passes. He also mentions Pratt as a potential replacement for Dak Prescott considering the franchise quarterback is entering the last year of his contract in Dallas. The 22-year-old makes up for his lack of arm strength with great touch and ball placement, writes Modone. In most cases, he throws a catchable ball, giving his pass catchers a chance to make plays after receptions. While the Cowboys remain adamant that they plan on re-signing Prescott, the fact that he's still without a contract extension leaves the door open that this could be his final season in Dallas. When you factor in that the Cowboys have yet to advance past the divisional round during Prescott's 8 years as starter, it may be time to move in a different direction. ESPN's Adam Schefter actually recently labeled the Cowboys as a sleeper team to draft a quarterback. If the Cowboys don't want to create a quarterback controversy, while also adding an insurance plan for Prescott, they could select a passer like Pratt with a mid-round pick, rather than going for a Michael Penix Jr. or Bo Nix in the 1st round. Steelers QB Justin Fields headed to Cowboys next? The Pittsburgh Steelers have 2 brand new quarterbacks in Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, but both are working under 1-year deals. So, anything beyond this season is a mystery, and a guess, and one outlet is predicting a change of scenery for Fields. Fansided's Christopher Klein believes the cards could be on the table for Fields to head back to the NFC next offseason, joining the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas has some uncertainty with their quarterback beyond this year, and many believe Dak Prescott could have a new home in 2025. Odds are the Pittsburgh Steelers will decline Justin Fields' $25.7 million contract option for next season, sending the former first-round pick into free agency, Klein wrote. Fields is the obvious successor to Russell Wilson in Pittsburgh, at least in theory. But, if Fields ends up riding the pine all season as expected, he could be tempted to find a more suitable home. The Steelers have until May 2nd to pick up Fields' 5th-year option. They aren't expected to, but it doesn't mean they won't view him as an option beyond this season. Pittsburgh still has the opportunity to extend Fields, even if they don't pick up his option. Right now, Wilson is expected to be the starter for the Steelers in 2024, but there will be competition. Fields is fighting from behind, but it doesn't rule out him being the Week 1 starter. Still, anything behind today, really, is unknown.